Paul, we've had a lot of disappointing and difficult matches this season, but does that feel like one of the worst ones?
It has to be up there with them, yeah. But let's be fair, we've had a lot. We're in a tough place at the moment, and I think that shows in the way that for me, it was a bit of a capitulation in the end. Just went to pieces. I think the disappointing thing is I thought we started both halves well, and people might laugh and say, well, that's a bit of a strong word to say we started well, but we did. We passed the ball well, we got into good areas, we got into the final third. I do think we were shooting a bit early or crossing in front of players instead of going past them and trying to get in behind defences. And I think it's probably one of their first attacks against us. We don't get tight enough to send Kai down the line, and he's able to check inside and get a shot off. Again, we start the second half well, and then the second goal is a horrible goal to give away. Yes, it's slippy pitch out there, and the ball's like a bar of soap, but those sort of things you've got to just deal with, and Harry knows that. He knows it's a mistake, but after that, we just went to pieces, and we talked before the game about being brave to receive, brave to pass the ball, brave to run, all of those sort of things. And in the end, I thought Cambridge made us look like a team of kids against a real experienced side.
All goals can be avoided, but the three, especially in the second half, felt very bad.
Yeah, I mean, the second one, as I say, it's a mistake. We get that, accept it. And Harry should have just collected it. It was a comfortable one into him, but the ball slipped through his hands. The third one, we've given the ball away cheaply. Once we've done that, though, I mean, we've given it away sort of 3/4 of the pitch away from our goal. The recovery runs are poor. Every recovery run has to be a sprint. And we looked as though we felt sorry for ourselves today. When that second goal in, we looked as if we were feeling a bit sorry. We talked about positive reactions when things go against you, and we haven't had that today. We have to deal with that criticism that we're going to get. I have to deal with that criticism. We're in a tough place at the moment, and we've got to accept that and just try and come up with a formula, come up with a group of players who are going to be strong enough to deal with this situation and see what we can do.
Like you said, we started both halves well, but it counts for nothing when you don't score.
Yeah, you have to score when you're on top, and it's been something all season. We've not been able to score when we're on top. We got into some really good areas. I think again, I think it was this week in the press, I was told that everybody says we're direct. Well, I don't think we were first half. I thought we tried to pass the ball. I thought we played out from the back, got into midfield areas. I wanted the fullbacks to try and get a little bit higher, and our wide players try and stay higher and come inside off the line so our fullbacks could get it, but we didn't. We were receiving the balls and not breaking their front three's line. So we tried to change that, and again, I thought second half we started okay again, got forward, got into good areas, and you have to score. You've got to take chances when you get opportunities. You have to be able to go and finish things off. But our goals for tally shows that we haven't been able to do that over the whole of the season, and that's a criticism I've got to accept, even though I do believe that we are trying to be forward thinking and trying to be attacking. Even second half I've put Anton on and tried to go 4-4-2, but we never got any joy from that either. So we've got to come up with a shape. I've gone away from playing three at the back because I felt as though we needed to be more positive and play three forwards. In Diamond, Gibson and Armstrong. That's not working at the moment, so we're going to have a look again. We're going to have to go back to the drawing board and try and find a shape that gives us some solidity, but also gives us the opportunity to be creative and to try and find goals, because it's just not happening.
A couple of penalty shouts in the first half. What did you think of those?
I thought Josh Vellers was a good shout for a penalty. It looks to me as though he's just about to get his shot off, and the lad nudges him in the back. I'll be honest, I haven't seen John Mellish's again, but I'm not sure that was a penalty. But I do think Josh had a good call, a good shout for it. So, listen, that might have put us into a strong position in that first half. But over the whole of the game, well, the truth is we got what we deserved, and we got the reaction from the supporters that we deserved as well.
you've mentioned formations and players. What do you think you can still do to try and change it?
Well, that's something I've got to go away and have a think about again now. Got a full week now to prepare for the next game. We've got this game on Monday against Glasgow Rangers up at their training ground. So everybody who wasn't involved in the game today will get a run out in that one. And there's loads of places up for grabs in this team, and players are going to have to show that they want to. Whether everybody's doing everything they possibly can to be the best professionals, I don't really know at the moment. We've had a situation at the end of the game there where we've got a player who is wanting to play and who's fit to play and fit to be on the bench, and then when they do the top-up runners afterwards, he says he's not fit enough to do that. So I'm asking questions about whether these really want to be involved, whether they are doing everything that they possibly can to make sure that they're in the best shape possible to try and come into this fight and do a job for us.
You said we looked like we felt a bit sorry for ourselves. How are the lads in there? Do you think the fight's still in them? Well,
the fight's still in them, but there's no point saying it. You know, we did all the preparation for the Burton game, and they talked about positive reactions and playing to win and all of those things that you say, which all sound really good and all look really good on pieces of paper when you put them up on flip chart paper. You have to go and live it. You've got to go and perform. You have to go where it really matters, in front of a crowd who are desperately wanting us to do well. But the reaction from a group of supporters today who have stuck with us all season, the reaction tells everybody that they're starting to lose faith now as well.
Yeah, fans obviously not happy, but none of us are. The only thing we can all do is keep going.
Oh, we have to. Yeah, I mean, it's one game less now. And I said it all along, you know, we have to win games. We have to win more than half of the games that we've got left to give ourselves any hope. But regardless of that, we have to show that we've got that desire and that fight for Carlisle United Football Club. And I think after that second goal today, I don't think we saw that. And I have to take that responsibility. That's me who'll get the blame for it. I think players also need to have a real long, hard look at themselves as to how they're going about it. Because I'll be honest, I'm hurting with what I've seen today. Massively disappointed. Totally understand the reaction from the supporters. Totally accept the reaction. You have to hope that the players are hurting as much and the players want to go and do something about it.
Finn and Robbo both missed out of the squad today. Was that just selection or were they injuries?
No, selection. You know, I've talked about wanting to try and find a formula that's going to get results. I've talked about needing fullbacks to be creative, trying to create opportunities for us, and I just don't think we've been getting enough from them. So we've just got to look again. I'll have a look at it again today, or not today. I'll look at it again when I look back at the game again tomorrow, and we'll start preparing for the next one.
This last one, the Rangers game, good chance for lads to get minutes, but also lay a marker down as well.
Well, they have to show me that they want to, because I've seen signs that some don't want to. So I want to see who wants to be involved, who's going to go and perform, who's going to stand up and say, yeah, I'll come into this fight for us. We're going to keep fighting as a group of staff, and we need the players to keep fighting as well.